In this episode of the Swearwolves, David and I celebrate Christmas the only way we know how, by watching Silent Night, Deadly Night 3.
We'll begin with a reign of terror. A few murders here and there.
Welcome back to the Swearwolves. I'm Bret.
I'm David.
David.
Hey, Bret.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Look at us, you fucker. We're all dressed up like...
Couple of festive
if you're watching this on YouTube, you will see us dressed up in our holiday get-ups. I have a hat on. David has a hat on. David, you're wearing the night the reindeer died.
Yeah. The fake movie trailer from Scrooged.
Oh, yes,
That's
right.
The reindeer died on IBC.
Yep.
You'll love it.
I'm wearing an ugly Christmas sweater that I bought a few years back that I am wearing for only the second time in my life.
You look wonderful.
But Merry Christmas. Christmas is coming up. This episode comes out like not
Before
quite,
Christmas.
Yeah, before Christmas, but like if we did it next week, it would be the day after Christmas. It'd be Boxing Day.
Yeah.
We don't celebrate Boxing Day here in the States.
Got to think about what movie we're gonna talk about for our special Boxing Day episode.
Well, that will have to be our New Year's Eve episode because the episode after that would come out on the 2nd, which is Canadian New Year's, and that's not the same.
It isn't. No.
So this is our Christmas episode. So to all of you out there, Merry Christmas, you fuckers. And
Merry Christmas.
Hope you all are having a great time of the year. This is the time of the year that David and I enjoy a nice cup of hot cocoa and this roaring fire that we have going. Some eggnog. And we say Merry Christmas to one another, and we give each other gifts. Now, this is our first Christmas not together. Oh, it's just so sad. But we have sent each other gifts. Now, what you guys don't know, which you will know now, is that I ordered my gift for David way before he ordered his gifts for me. David's gifts came in a matter of minutes once he ordered them. And mine...
It was fast.
It was a little test. It was a little hit and miss, or touch and go, I guess is the saying. It was a little touch and go there. But it came about 15 minutes ago to David's house.
Yeah, while we were recording our last episode.
Yeah, David's like, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. I'm like, oh, thank God. The weird thing is that it said it was going UPS, and I even have a UPS tracking number, and you said it came USPS.
I saw a USPS truck drive away, but
maybe USPS got into a fight with the UPS guy. They fucking brawled it out.
Stole his truck. Yeah.
USPS guy won, and then was like, but I still got to deliver this stuff because I've taken an oath.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. I've taken an oath.
Rain,
it's very
sleet,
important
snow,
to me as a postman. Yeah.
So, with that being said, do you want to exchange gifts now, and then we'll talk about our movie?
Let's do it.
All right, who wants to go first? Oh, you know what though? No, I'll talk about that later. Never mind. Who wants to go first?
You go first. Well, you have two things. Why don't you open one?
Well, okay.
Well, I don't know.
This one. I pre-opened this package, and I pre-opened the other one.
But you didn't look inside, right? You just
I did not look inside. I just cut it open so I wouldn't have to be sitting here fumbling with it while we were recording. Yeah. So
I did the same, but I'm still gonna fumble.
This came all the way from eBay. And this
Exotic land of eBay.
This is a NECA figure, one that I surprisingly don't have, and you knew that because you asked me. But you asked me for a list, and I provided you an extensive list. And I'm surprised they don't have this, but I've seen it so many times, and I've never bought it. But it is Sam, the ultimate Sam figure from... This is going to be really loud, so cut this out. The ultimate Sam figure from Trick or Treat.
Yay. Now you can continue not buying it when you see it because you won't have to worry about it. You'll have
That is correct. It's a great figure, too. I don't know
awesome.
why. I don't know why I've never bought it. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Well, now you have it.
All right. So you want You want to open your gift and then I'll open this other one?
Sure. Okay. All right, so here it is.
So what do you get
fresh
the man
off
who
my
has
doorstep? It's just full of cash.
Yep. What do you get the man who has everything? Well, you get him something that you've never really seen before.
Ooh. Oh, dude, I know what this is. That's awesome. So this is like one of those, I've seen these where they take like frames from the movie or something like that, and it has like a color scheme every frame.
Yeah. Every frame from the movie.
The Thing.
Yep.
That's
so
awesome.
It's every frame from the movie The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. And they've determined what color that scene is.
The color palette.
Yep. And then they've lined them all up in a row and they've compressed it into an art piece, an image. And that's exactly what that is. Very purple and white.
Super cool. Very purple and blue.
Yeah. I thought that was
That's
pretty
awesome, man. Thank you. That's way cool.
Yeah. So hopefully you can find a spot for it.
Oh, I'll find a spot. Oh, that's right.
And not the trash.
Take down a picture of my wife and I'll put that in its place.
Just cut her out of the wedding
just
picture
put this over it.
Yeah.
She has a very long rectangular head. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Very, very cool.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
I like it.
All right. And this is the second gift.
Oh, what is it?
It's a poster. I'll tell you that much. Brett, here is
it's a tasteful
the one
nude.
sheet. It says, Brett, here is the one sheet. Thanks.
Really? Mm-hmm. It like written on it?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a little post-it note. It says, here is the one sheet. Thanks, Danny. Donnie?
Fucking Danny or Donnie trying to take credit for my gift? Son of a bitch.
All right, so we know it's a one sheet. It's a roll one sheet. It is New York has a new problem. It's Jason Takes Manhattan. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. That's awesome.
Is it in good shape?
Thank you. Huh?
Is it in good shape?
It's in fabulous shape.
Okay, good. Good.
It's awesome.
Sweet. You're like,
can't
it's
wait to
a
get it
fake.
signed. No, it's real. I could tell that it's real, but it's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I gotta go get Kane Hodder to sign that. Where will I ever meet him? He's never at these shows.
We never see Kane.
I like that poster. I do too. It's a good one. I like the alternative one as well. The I Love New York.
The I Love New York one. You know what's weird though? I like that one, the one I got you. I actually like that one better. Yeah, but I know the other one is the other one's the more collectible one. It's also way more expensive. But
yeah,
I actually kind of like the art of the theatrical one.
Yeah, it's very cool. All right. Well, I wanted to show you something that I got. I ordered this a long time ago, but I just got it the other day. I thought it was cool. This is Silent Night, Deadly Night, the game.
Oh, it's cool, like a board game?
Yeah, I supported the Kickstarter or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
and
I got the game, and I also ordered the 2 expansion packs. Expansion pack 1 comes with additional player pieces and a timer. And expansion pack 2 comes with that comes with the timer and some cards. Anyway, I haven't played
sit down
it yet.
with the family for Christmas and maybe marathon the films and play the board game.
Maybe marathon the
sing
films,
some carols.
maybe not. We'll see. But definitely going to sit down with the family and play it. If not, it's for players. You can play 1 to 4 players, so I can play it by myself.
Play by yourself.
I don't know how that works, but I'm sure I can figure it out. So, but yeah, maybe not my daughter. It says ages 17 and up.
Yeah.
She's
maybe
close
do
enough. She's
once
10.
without her and see. Yeah, it's close, right?
She's closer to 17 than she is to 0.
To 0. That's true.
Anyway, it's Christmas time. So what better time of the year? This kind of leads into Silent Night, Deadly Night, kind of leads into the movie we're talking about. It seems like every year for the past couple of years, we've reviewed a Silent Night, Deadly Night movie.
We took a
Why
break
would this
last
year
year.
be any different? Pardon?
Well, so we took a break last year. We did Better Watch Out and Santa Jaws, I think. Was that last year?
Oh, yeah, and we liked both of those movies.
But we did Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, I think, the prior year.
Yeah.
And I think we did the first one, like, in our first year.
Yeah, I think you're right. So,
we like to
why
torture
not do
ourselves.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 3? Classic.
Who doesn't remember
this
part 3? I remember exactly where I was first time I saw it.
For the
It was on my
longest, so do I.
couch a couple days ago.
Likewise. This movie, for the longest time, I didn't even know that this movie existed. And then it wasn't until like, I don't know, it must have been a few years ago that I was like, oh, they made a third one of those? Not only did they make 3 of these movies, they've made 5 of these movies. So
Yeah.
to you listeners out there, if we are still recording this podcast next year at this time,
Who knows?
we might
Maybe
very well
do
do part 4. Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, Better Watch Out is the full title. Came out in 1989, November 17th, 1989, David. Just a couple months shy of the last movie that we just did, The Deadly Games, came out January of 1990.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
This is November of 1989. So with that in mind, what was the number 1 movie?
Going with a Disney movie called The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah, that did come out in 1989. That clearly wasn't the answer, but that movie came out in 1989.
Shit.
That movie was a big success. Still a great movie.
That was probably a
Still
summer movie, though. Bad guess,
Yeah, possibly. That movie is a retelling of the Hans Christian Andersen tale of The Little Mermaid. But in the original tale, like, she turns into sea foam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she
She dies?
she loses. Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking Ursula the Sea Witch. She wins.
Wins. Yeah.
That should have been the ending. Dude, I don't like The Little Mermaid.
What? You don't like Sebastian
I liked it as a kid. I like Sebastian. To me, it's just a weird message. It's like, hey, ladies, if you like a boy, all you got to do is change everything about yourself.
Yeah, that's true. She wanted to be human, though. She didn't want to
That's
live
true.
under the
It
sea.
extended to beyond Prince Eric or whatever his name was.
Yeah, it was. She wanted
to be
a
part of
life.
your world.
Yeah, look at this stuff. It's so neat. Wouldn't you think that her collection was complete, David?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Didn't you think that she
she's
had
the kind of girl
everything?
the girl has everything.
Yeah, she didn't.
She had a dingle hopper, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I got a fucking dingle hopper. The number one
Fucking
movie.
snarf flat.
Number 1 movie was a film called Harlem Nights. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox.
Sounds familiar. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Not really. I don't know how this was the number 1 movie. It's probably the number 1 movie just for that week.
Yeah.
But I never saw it. But I don't remember it getting like really good reviews.
Yeah,
being
I've heard of
said-
it, but yeah, I don't know anything about it.
That being said, what was the number 1 song in November of
song
1989?
that really tugs at the heart. I'm going to go with
Yep.
Right Here Waiting by Richard Marx.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here telling you you're wrong. It wasn't that song.
Aw.
It was just as good of a song. Another one
Yeah?
that tugs at the heartstrings. It's a little song called "When I See You Smile" by Bad English.
Baby, when
When
I
I see you smile, I can face the
can
world.
face the world. Oh, you know I can do anything. That's how I feel, Brett, when I see you smile. When you open your gifts, I just felt like I could face the world and I could do
Good.
anything.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
When I watched this movie, I felt miserable. But this movie was written by...
Hey, samesies.
This movie was written by Carlos Laszlo, directed by Monty Hellman, with music by Steven Souls, and it was produced by Arthur Gorson. So those 4 people we can torture and blame. This movie stars Bill Moseley as Ricky, taking the reins of the Ricky Caldwell character.
It looks just like him.
Richard Bamer as Dr. Newberry. You know Richard Bamer? He was Tommy? Was his name Tommy in West Side Story? The male lead?
Oh, okay. Wow.
That loves Maria? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the mighty
Spoiler
have fallen.
alert. He dies. Samantha Scully as Laura Anderson. Eric DeRay as Chris Anderson. Laura Herring as Jerry. Robert Culp as Lieutenant Connolly. Robert Culp, I Spy, sitcom before we were born, starring him and Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
He also was in The Greatest American Hero. I don't know if you remember
the TV
that
show? Yeah. Oh, believe it or not, I do remember.
And Elizabeth Hoffman as Granny Anderson.
Gran Anderson.
Yeah. My grandma Anderson actually passed away over a year ago, so
Aww.
I feel.
Is that
her
the one
pain.
whose butthole you saw, or is that a different one?
No, that's the one whose vagina and butthole.
Vagina. I always think it's butthole.
Well, probably both. No, that's her.
Happy holidays, everybody.
The runtime of this movie was 90 minutes. I don't have a budget or box office for this, but I do.
Hot box.
Have a hot box for this. Front of the box. Do you know what this looks like?
Does it have like ornaments or something?
Kind of. It's actually icicles.
Oh, okay.
And it's like this half-lit picture of this woman, who I'm assuming is Laura Anderson, looking out of like a window into us as the viewers. And it just says below, Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Better watch out. But in the top left, it says, when your nightmare ends, the real terror begins.
Sounds accurate.
Back of the box has a close-up image of Bill Moseley as Ricky Caldwell. And in the background is kind of like a stereotypical Christmas setting for like a living room. It's got like a fireplace, a Christmas tree, presents, etc. And then there's a small image of Robert Culp, because they were really trying to push home, like, look, Robert Culp is in this movie.
Robert Culp's in this movie. This is a real legitimate film.
He's got like a flashlight and a gun drawn. I don't think that scene was ever in the movie, but that's what
It's from a totally different movie. Like, this is from West Side Story.
He wasn't in West Side Story. That
Well,
was
that's the other guy.
And then there's the description. You ready for this? The horror classic that shocked the world is back with a new mind-jolting terror in Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Dr. Newberry has saved the life of the hideously injured Ricky Caldwell. The doctor has encased his patient's exposed brain inside a plexiglass cap, yet he has failed to revive him from his deep coma. In Newberry's attempt to reach his comatose victim's mind, he connects Ricky's brainwaves to a gifted clairvoyant, Laura Anderson, who unexpectedly taps into the dark and twisted realm of his haunted dreams. Ghastly things start to happen, and Detective Connolly, Robert Culp from I Spy, must fight to stop the dangerous experiment. When Laura's nightmare ends, the all-too-real terror of Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 begins.
Sounds great.
What a couple of things that I like about this description. Number one is it says that he uses a plexiglass cap. Now they had to capitalize plexiglass because plexiglass is like a fucking
it's like
trademarked name. It's not like acrylic. They couldn't say acrylic.
Yeah, like we want everyone to know we sprung for plexiglass
cap, and then there's also this. Dr. Newberry attempts to reach Ricky's comatose mind by hiring a clairvoyant, and then it says who unexpectedly taps in. It's like that's the expected outcome was that she would.
That's what
right?
the doctor
Why
was
get a
expecting.
clairvoyant?
I don't think I don't think she necessarily expected it.
She was a clairvoyant. She knows that she has these abilities. Like
she's a shitty clairvoyant because a lot of shit happens in this movie that she does not see coming.
Well,
she doesn't see anything coming.
She's blind.
Yeah.
All right. The last time we saw Ricky Caldwell, David, he was going on a shooting spree.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
He was also played by a different actor, but he has been in a coma for a while, so maybe he has changed, and now he's Bill Moseley.
He's Bill Moseley now.
He is in a coma, much like the back of the description has stated, and he does have his brain exposed, and he does have a plexiglass cap.
Like a fucking dome over his head. A fishbowl.
With like goo. There's like liquid goo.
Yeah, it looks like a Halloween toy, like where it has like you get like a brain and it's got like fake fluid in there and you can move it around. It looked like that.
Squeeze it. It looked like that. It looked like basically
similar quality too.
A Jello mold.
Yeah. Yeah, brain Jello mold with some Kool-Aid in it.
Screwed into this guy's fucking head.
Yeah.
That is Bill Moseley's character. He is Ricky Caldwell, the brother of Billy, who was the killer in the original Silent Night, Deadly Night movie. Ricky then becomes the killer in the second one, which is 95% the first movie and 5% new footage.
Yeah, lots of flashbacks in part 2.
Yeah, it was all a flashback. This movie, couple little scenes of the first movie and the second movie.
When it happened, I was like, no, not again.
It would have been great had the third movie been a flashback of the second movie.
Part 2? Yes. Dude, I was worried. Like when it happened, I was like, I thought that was going to happen. I was like, oh no, we're going to get just a bunch of flashbacks and then 5 minutes of new material.
Fortunately, that didn't happen for us. Well, fortunately, or I don't know. Unfortunately,
I don't know.
Flip a coin. So yes, he has we open up and it's like a dream. And there's this girl, Laura. And she is, I don't know. She can see.
Yeah, in her dream she can see.
And she's walking around and she sees Ricky and she like goes up to him. And then he wakes up and like grabs her and he starts chasing after her. And she's like, oh, and she's running. And then she wakes up and she's in this Dr. Newberry's office. And
I like the doctor who goes, what did you see? And she goes, can I go to the bathroom? The dialogue is so awful. Yeah.
Ricky scared the shit out of her, so she's got to go.
Maybe she had a dream that she was going to the bathroom and then woke up and was like, I better hurry or I'm going to pee the bed.
Could be.
These things happen, Bret.
Yeah. This is on Christmas Eve too, mind you. And she's like, I gotta go. My brother's coming to pick me up. What time is it, doctor? And he looks at his watch and he goes, I've kept you here late. Well, then it cuts to the clock and the clock says 12 noon. So I don't know what time did they start, David?
They've been at it since 4 a.m.
She goes out to the lobby and she's like, she's a blind person, right? She's not blind in real life. This actress is playing a blind person. Like every bad actor plays a blind person, just kind of stares off into space, not at what they're supposed to be looking at.
That drove me nuts the whole time. I was like, a blind person, like if you're talking to them, would still look at you. Like even though they can't see you, they would face you. It's like, where is this foreign sound coming from?
She goes up to the receptionist and she's like, hey, my brother's coming to pick me up. Can you let me know when he's here? And the receptionist is such a bitch. She goes, I'm busy.
Yeah, I like that.
And she goes, well, he's coming soon. Can you just like tell me, like he's got a Jeep. Tell me when the Jeep here. And she goes, I'll see what I can do. And then as Laura's walking away to sit down, she goes, bitch.
Yeah, and she's like, what'd you say to me?
Laura just ignores her. But she goes and sits down and she has a dream again. She falls asleep. She's been sleeping all morning. You know, she's really tired. So
yeah, gotta take a nap. All that sleeping makes me tired.
She falls asleep and she has a dream and she sees the receptionist with her throat slit.
Yeah. And she also has like a dream flashback, and I think we get a couple more clips from part 1.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think we see the whole like Santa Claus killing
the mom,
the parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Ricky's point of view. Of course, Ricky was like a baby when all that happened, if you remember the first movie correctly. Billy was the one who was hiding, watching that happen.
Right.
Ricky was not.
But she's so connected to Ricky that she also gets the memories of
Billy.
The other brother, Billy. Yep.
Oh, fuck. This fucking...
But we found out that Laura and her brother... Yeah. Brother wakes her up. What's his name? Chris? Yeah. So he wakes her
Chris
up.
has a fucking head of hair on him.
He does. He's got a flowing mane of curls.
Yeah. He looks like he's from fucking Bad English. He's like, when I see you smile. Come on, Laura. She's like, I don't see anything. He's like, well, whatever.
It's like, I can do anything.
He wakes her up and the receptionist tells them while they're walking out, she's like, Merry Christmas. And then Laura goes, it won't be one for you, because she's seen her dead. So she's like,
yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not even going to tell her. Chris is like, oh, Laura.
Yeah, not for you.
They're heading off to go see Granny Anderson and her vagina. They want to see Granny.
They want to see her hoo-ha.
Like, guys, I've been there, all right? I've seen this. I've seen this show. It's not worth the price of admission. But they leave, and they pick up Chris's girlfriend along the way, which is Jessie. What's her name?
Jerry, was it? Yeah.
Jerry. They pick her up along the way. Laura's
a bitch to her. Yeah, right off the bat, like super mean to her. And Jerry's just trying to like make conversation, is trying to be nice, and Laura's just shutting that shit down.
But Jerry does say things like, Laura, how long have you been handicapped?
Yeah, that was stupid.
Who says that to somebody? I don't care what you are. Like, you don't say that to anybody. How long have you been handicapped?
Yeah. What was the last thing you saw? Describe it vividly as you remember it.
How many fingers am I holding up, Laura? Huh?
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
And while they're driving, we get like we cut back to the hospital or whatever, and there's a Santa Claus guy like going around visiting the patients and like giving gifts. I don't know, but he's like, he's drinking.
He's being an asshole.
Yeah. He finds his way into Ricky's room, and he's like, hey, vegetable. Hey, who's your favorite singer? Perry Coma? Get it? Because you're in a coma.
Yep. And he starts taking drinks off of his flask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that happens. No sooner does he turn around than Ricky wakes up.
Yep. And the guy goes, no. He does that whole thing where it's like, dude, just run.
The camera pans in on him.
Yeah.
We don't see Ricky do any of these killings, by the way. It's just the camera's point of view.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But Ricky starts stumbling his way down the hospital, and then he gets to the receptionist, right? Now, he's in a hospital gown. He's got his fucking Jell-O brain mold exposed. And he goes up to the receptionist. The receptionist turns to him and goes, "Can I help you?" Like, not like, hey,
like,
maybe you shouldn't be out here, you fucking freak.
Yeah. She goes, does he grab like a scalpel or something? And then
yeah, because she was using a scalpel to open the mail.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's a letter opener. She works at a hospital. Mm-hmm. The only thing she has around her, a scalpel.
Yep.
Ricky is in tune with Laura as much as Laura's in tune with him.
He knows.
Meaning they can
where she's going.
Yeah, they can psychically
They're like
tell.
E.T. and Elliot.
Yeah, pretty much. This movie is basically a ripoff of E.T.
Of E.T. Yes.
Instead of turn on your heart light, it's turn on your brain light.
Yep.
His brain just starts glowing every time he gets close to her.
Yep.
Turn on your brain light. Ricky Caldwell's ready to go. Don't eat the yellow snow.
Watch out where the Huskies go. Don't you eat that yellow snow. But yeah, Ricky knows where Laura's headed, so he hitchhikes, and a guy picks him up, and the guy's like, "Hey, what? You get a hair transplant or something?" It's like, dude, his fucking brain is exposed.
Ricky kills him.
This is hair.
Ricky kills him quickly.
Yeah, off camera, of course, though.
Off camera, and then he also changes into the guy's clothes, and he puts this fucking beanie cap on, but over the brain mold, and it's all fucking lopsided and big. And he goes up to Granny Anderson. He goes up to Granny Anderson and he knocks on the door, and she's like, "Oh, can I help you?" And he doesn't say anything, and she's like, "Come on in, have some food," because she's like, "Oh, he's just a homeless guy."
Yeah, she's a sweet old lady. She's gonna take him in and take care of him.
So she's feeding him, and she's like, "Santa Claus dropped a present off for you." And she shows him the present, and it's red. And we learn that the color red
sets him off.
Sets him off. I don't know. Did that happen in part 2?
I don't remember.
Did the color red set him off? I think it did. Yeah.
Probably.
So he fucking kills Granny Anderson off screen.
Off camera, of course. Yep.
Hides her body. And Jerry, Laura, and Chris all show up. And
they're like, "Where's Granny?" And at this point, I was like, "Laura's a psychic, right? Does she not know what's going on?"
No, she's not in tune with Granny. She's in tune with Ricky.
Oh, but when they get there, the girl Jerry, she's been there for all of 5 minutes and was like, "I need to take a bath," which I thought was really weird. I got to
She
get
goes
naked.
up and takes a bath. And then she's like, "Hey, Chris, come get in the bath." And he does. And he's like, this is...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, because he goes, "Oh, this is kind of weird." He's like, "What do you want me to do?" And it's like, what do you mean, what do you want me to do? You're in a bathtub with your fucking hot girlfriend. I think you should probably do it.
Yeah, maybe seal the deal, Chris, you dumbass. Yeah, insertion, perhaps? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
But this guy's chest, he's the guy at fucking hamburger meat. Dude, his chest is so hairy. It looks like fucking taco
just
meat.
matted. So gross.
He is a hairy motherfucker.
He is. And I was like, okay, first of all, they've been here like 5 minutes and they're taking a bath, which is weird. Then she invites him in the bath. Like, what happens if Grandma comes home?
Well,
is Laura going to be like, well, they're taking a bath together? Or Grandma walks in and goes, "Oh, Chris, my baby.
You're defiling that girl." Oh. She's all, "Anybody want to see my vagina?"
Look at this.
I don't know, David. I don't know about this movie.
Me neither, because while this is going on, meanwhile, before he gets to Grandma's, Bill Moseley also kills a gas station attendant guy, and like the police are starting to figure shit out, and they find all the dead people at the hospital. So now the cop and the doctor are driving because they're like, he's like fucking Dr. Loomis. I know where he's going. He's going to Grandma's house. He's got to look at that vagina. So
it's over the bridge and through the woods.
Yes.
The horse knows the way.
Then to Grandmother's house we go. And they have like the weirdest conversations while they're driving. And there's lots of scenes of those two just talking, and then it's just filler.
Yeah.
But they're like
they have a
talking
conversation about cell phones.
Yeah. It was so weird.
The guy's like, the doctor says to the cop, he goes, "Do you work for the cell phone company?" He's like, "I get $100 off my bill for everybody that signs up."
Yeah, it's so weird.
Car phones. My dad actually had a car phone.
Oh, wow.
Fancy.
Fancy.
Well, it was his company truck. Mm-hmm. And he was a construction worker, and they bought car phones for everybody. And, back in the day, like if you got a call or you made a call, you got charged. And it was per minute.
And so it was expensive. I remember that.
Yeah. So he'd get pissed off if I called him, because he was like, "If you're on the phone with me for 15 seconds or 1 minute, it's the same."
Yeah.
Because they charge it rounds up.
I just wanted to tell you I loved you, Dad. I'm sorry. Well, you
He's like,
should
"Fuck
be.
you."
It's
$20.
shit under your tree.
No, but I'd call stuff like, I'd be like, hey, is it okay if I eat some cookies?
He's like, God damn it. No.
He's like, I don't give a fuck what you eat.
I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, yes, they have some weird conversations. They go over there. Ricky, I don't know. He kills some people, I guess. He kills Jerry.
Yeah. Dude, the Jerry kill, I actually thought was kind of cool. Well, actually, no. The start of it is cool. He ends up killing her. Does he kill her in the same spot? When he punches through the door? Is that when she dies? And like grabs her? Because like they're just having a conversation and all of a sudden it just goes boosh, and he just punches right through the door and starts choking her.
I don't remember him killing her. I remember that she dies. And then
it's later that he kills her later, because first he grabs her and then it's actually pretty cool. And then Chris is like, oh, holy shit. And Laura doesn't react at all. Like, I don't know if she just didn't see it or what, but she doesn't do shit.
She gets killed because she's looking for a gun and Ricky's under the bed and he pulls her ankles.
He pulls her under. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they think
I like
that
how... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say they think that he had killed Chris because he like punches Chris like in the chest or something and blood starts coming out. And then so Laura and Jerry go running back to the house and Laura's like, Granny has a gun. Granny's got a gun. Granny's got a gun under the bed. And she's like, I'll go look for it. And that's where Ricky pulls her under the bed. We don't see the death, of course.
Of course not. Ridiculous.
And then Laura's in the house by herself.
But I like Laura says to Jerry, this is before she dies, obviously, and to Chris, she's like, if we stay here, he'll kill us all. Like almost all of her lines are delivered like that. This is ridiculous. Like no emotion in anything she says.
No. Emotionless.
Just terrible. So they got to get the gun. Oh, and the cop makes a funny joke around this scene too. Like, they have all the interspersed scenes with the cop and the doctor talking about having to go drain his reptile.
Uh-huh.
They're like talking about lizards or something. He's like, he makes a fucking dick joke.
Yep. Well, he goes to drain the main vein and the doctor steals the car and he's like, fuck it, I gotta go get my patient, right? Because he doesn't want Ricky to get arrested for whatever reason. He's like, I still got science experiments I got to do.
Yeah, we got unfinished business here.
And he goes to the place. Well, Ricky comes up to the cop. The cop's like, Ricky, it's okay, Ricky. It's okay. And he like plays him like a recording.
Yeah, like a tape from one of the recording
of Laura.
Therapy session or something. Yeah. And then he puts his hand out like, hold my hand. Like,
yeah.
What? Why?
And Ricky comes up and grabs his hand and then stabs him and kills him. It's like,
stabs him right in the belly. Like, dumbass.
Yeah. Laura's in the house by herself now. She makes her way down to the basement. And then there's this whole like, what was that movie about the guy who was blind?
Don't Breathe. It was like that. Cause she like turns all the lights on. She's like, now we're on the same level.
But meanwhile, there was lights on.
Yeah, or he'd be like, well, it is the dark. I can still see a little bit though. So I think I'd still gotta have a bit of an advantage here.
I thought it would be funny though if like she was like, now we're on the same level, and she like turned off the light, but it was a light that didn't work anyway.
Yeah, or if like, sometimes like if you have a room that has more than one light switch, sometimes off is actually on.
Yeah.
Or if she did that and she turned the lights on and was like, take that, motherfucker. Now we're on the same level. You can't see shit. And it just pans to Ricky and he's like,
he could see better.
Yeah.
But they start fighting, but Chris comes back and he's like, I'm not dead. And he's like shooting at him and he shoots Ricky and Ricky goes down, but Ricky gets back up. Ricky's immortal.
When Chris pops up with the gun and he's still at it, he goes, hey, Ricky, or whatever. He doesn't say Ricky, I don't think. He's like, hey, asshole, is it live or is it Memorex?
I didn't understand that.
I mean, that was like a slogan from those old tape commercials, but I was like, wow, that is dated and probably wasn't funny even in 1989. Like, what a weird thing to say.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, the Memorex commercial, it like blows somebody away, right? And like they go flying, like because they turn on the stereo and the like
where the guy's sitting in the chair and like the
yeah. But that doesn't happen to Ricky when he shoots him. It happens to Chris when Ricky shoots him.
Well, Chris does shotgun Ricky in the shoulder at that part, but
he doesn't blow him away. Like, he doesn't like fly back or anything. Chris is the one who flies back later on. Like, the whole thing was fucking stupid.
It was really
I'm
dumb.
glad you explained it, because I heard that line and I was like, what the fuck did he just say? And I was like,
I rewound it. I was like, did he just say the old Memorex slogan?
I didn't even rewind it, David. Stupid. I was just like, well, I don't
you
care
actually
enough.
fast forwarded. You're like, just speed this up. I'm going to double time.
Credits? Yeah. So,
but Ricky gets back up because he's like shot in the shoulder, but he grabs the shotgun and like starts choking Chris out with it, like using the gun like against his throat.
Yep. And then he goes to kill Laura, but she grabs a stick and she like holds
and, like
it,
impales him.
And yeah, he jumps on her and he stabs himself.
Yeah.
So
and then the cop arrives.
Yeah, the cop shows up and he sees the doctor dying, and he's all pissed off because he's not going to get that $100 off of his fucking AT&T bill.
Yeah, he's like, God damn it. He's like, Laura, I need to talk to you about cell phones.
Cell phone's perfect option for someone without sight.
Mm-hmm.
You could talk to
cell
people.
phone actually would have been very handy for this whole ordeal that you just went through.
Yeah, you could have called Granny. You wouldn't have had to stop at a payphone.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're driving away, her and the cop, and she says, Lieutenant, Merry Christmas. And then there's a big shot of like Ricky, and he's like looking
like in
at
a
the
tuxedo.
camera. Yeah, in a tuxedo, and he's all finally says something. By the way, Bill Moseley hasn't said anything except for Laura. But he says, and a happy new year.
The end.
And that's it.
So stupid. Oh, because they do show like the cops are like wheeling a body out. And they're and they're loading it into an ambulance and like, hey, this one might live. So I think we're supposed to think as the audience, because we're stupid, because we watched this movie, that it's like, oh, Chris is still alive, or Jerry or whatever. It's like, no, that was Ricky that they were wheeling out. Like,
oh, I didn't even think
real
that it was
clever
Chris or Jerry. I thought it was. I thought it was Bill Moseley.
It was very clever. Yeah.
David, this is one
Brett.
of the slowest, most boringest movies I've ever seen in my life.
It's terrible.
I don't care about anybody in this film. I don't care about Grandma. I don't care about Laura. I don't care about Chris. I don't care about the detective. I don't care about shit. What I care about is how quickly 90 minutes can go by.
The answer is very slow.
Very slow. That being said, this wasn't as bad as Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
That is correct. It is better. I would rather watch this movie on an infinite loop over Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
And it's not as bad as Nightmare Weekend.
Yeah.
So I cannot give this movie 0 Pamela Voorhees Heads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you made a prediction.
I did. I wrote down our ratings before we even started recording. I was like, I think I got this one. I think I got where we're both going to land.
So what did you think that I was going to rate this movie?
Half.
That's exactly what I rate this movie.
Yep. Yeah, I rated it half as well for pretty much the same reason. Like, it's better than part 2, but it's still, and it's better than Nightmare Weekend, but it is bad.
It is awful.
My biggest, well, I have lots of problems with this movie, but like all of the kills being off camera is dumb. And I can understand if you do that for like budget reasons, but this is a Christmas killer movie, yet they take no advantage of any Christmas tropes or things. Like the first one, he kills a guy with like a string of Christmas lights or whatever. Like you couldn't break off an icicle and stab somebody with it, or use an axe or something.
The thing that
ridiculous.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but the thing that I like about the first movie is that there's kills. He kills Linnea Quigley by
with the putting her on the
her.
deer thing. Yeah.
Yep. He kills that little kid by chopping his head off while he's sledding.
That one's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, there's none of that in this movie. Like, there's all these wintry, Christmassy things that you could do, and there's just zero creativity. And the stupid Jell-O thing looks ridiculous.
But I have a question. Did they explain in the second movie why they're in California? Because in the first movie, they were in a place where there's snow.
Yeah.
And now they're in Los Angeles. Even in the second movie, they're in Los Angeles because he's like, garbage day. And it's like Los Angeles, right? Because there's no snow or anything. Did they ever explain that?
I don't think so. No. It's just lazy.
Very lazy.
No, this movie sucks.
So half ahead. Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Better watch out. Better not watch. How about that?
Better watch out for this movie. Yeah, better watch something else.
You'd be better off watching the first movie. You can skip the second movie entirely because it's the first movie just retold. You could watch this movie if you want to put yourself... If you are one of those people who are like, I have to give penance for all the sins. And I have to like... You know, there's those really religious people who like, I've done bad stuff and they like whip themselves and flog themselves and shit.
You got to do something like that.
Yeah.
This could be a good exercise. Yeah, watch this film.
If you've sinned all year long, and you're like, I have to pay for my sins. I have to do something awful to myself so I can have a clean sheet for 2023.
Yeah, you go to confession and the priest tells you, he doesn't say like do whatever Hail Marys or anything. He's like, all right, what you're going to do is you're going to go to, he's like, do you have AMC Plus? Or,
Shudder?
Do you have Shudder? Yeah, I do. Great. What you're going to do is you're going to go home and you're going to fire up Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. No bathroom breaks, no pausing, no fast forwarding, none of that. Nothing. You're just going to watch it all the way through.
Yep.
And you're like, oh,
and
God.
Then you'll be absolved of all your sins. You'll make it into the kingdom of heaven.
And you're like, well, you know what, Father, actually, I wasn't that bad. Is there something else I could do? And he's like, nope, this is what you're doing. You're like, oh, fuck.
I knew I shouldn't have been Catholic. If you have any thoughts on Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 or anything in general and you want to tell David and I to go fuck ourselves, you can. How do they contact us, David?
Twitter, Facebook, the Slasher app, TikTok, YouTube, Hive. Just search the Swearwolves on those platforms. On Instagram, search for us under the Swearwolves Podcast. You can go to our website, theswearwolves.com. You can email us at contact@theswearwolves.com, or you can leave us a voicemail at 623-282-1851.
So for the Swearwolves this week, I'm Bret.
I'm David.
And Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, holy shit.